moving, give it a quick reset and see if that helps. And it should work. There you go. Ocean's moving. There we go. Swarm of rats still not doing her? Okay. But there's our, as you're looking forward, number one, you can see that the hallway is pretty well lit with the torches that are essentially at each sconce. And you can see that there is kind of a fork to this passage. There seems to be a passage that you could turn to the left, to the right, or you could, of course, continue traveling forward. They're small, like, escape passages that, like, rats could go through, if that makes sense. Okay, let me move these two with you. And I gotta make sure I'm moving this browser. So, Therazar, you can see to your south, I should use the cardinal directions, to your south, there is a doorway. And let me describe that really quick. You see that there is a vaulted door on the front. To the north, you see that there is a long hallway, and you can barely make out a doorway in this square here. So there's like a huge vaulted door here that appears to have a heavy lock on it. Actually, you have two people who can lockpick. Oh, I was speaking more about Grusty. Rusty and Graham. Mm-hmm. Philaster says, I do not appreciate the Callum Sham stereotype here that I can pick locks. However, I can, but I find it quite offensive. He says, I'm sorry, I was just trying to make a joke. It's not offensive to be able to pick locks. It's actually quite a good skill. If you guys want to make a quick investigation check, I will tell you what this lock kind of looks like and what you can get from it. Okay, that's a good. So, this door, as you look at it, Philaster will tell you all. It seems this is the type of door that can't be picked. We're going to need the key for this one. Otherwise, we're not getting in. I mean, you could, but it would be noisy, and I don't know if it would work. As you guys look at the door, you can see that most of it is made of solid steel. There's a steel vaulted door, like on a bank vault. The door maybe not, but I think what Captain is talking about is sending them through this water pipe. Philaster will shrug his shoulders. I'm not a master of engineering. I'm not sure about these type of things. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, please make a perception check. Ooh, that's really good. So you begin listening to the door. You hear what sounds like far off voices, like people speaking. They're speaking common, but you can't really make out what they're saying. And you can also hear the telltale sounds of snoring. So people talking to one another and, of course, snoring. Yes, you see that this door is not locked. There is space underneath the door. This is like a wooden door, if that makes sense. They look at you all and they kind of like do that thing where they're putting their little rat paws together. They kind of like squiggle their feet, like, we like to work together. We're kind of scared to go by ourselves. Yes. Yeah, so these are the tentacle rats. So, no, let's do it. Okay, Oshun will give you, Therazar, the help action. So if you want to make an athletics check, that is more than enough. The door slams open. And let me remove the dynamic lighting. And I will describe to you what the room looks like as you kick the door open. You see that this room is empty as you walk in. But you see that there are 4 tall and heavy wardrobes inside. Uh, so let me, I need to scroll up just a little bit here. The lighting is a bit messed up. Go ahead and move inside here, guys, and see how it looks. And still messed. Yep, because she has a light on her. So Oshun runs into the door. Slobberchops and Philaster run in. So as you guys go inside, like I described, 4 wooden wardrobes stand against this area. Uh, you can. As the door is kicked open and you go to open the wardrobes, you hear someone say from the other side of the door, "What the hell was that? Sounds like somebody just kicked the door open in there. Go wake up the others. I'll open the door and figure out what happened." And you hear footsteps. And it's coming from I think this is the perfect time for initiative because it's like you guys are wanting to beat them. So everyone, roll initiative. Oops. Make sure you have your token clicked, and I'm gonna roll initiative for the cat. Aw, he he loves to party, and he wants. Mm-hmm. Yes, it'll act on its own turn, and you should have it should have its initiative on its sheet. Oh, I can roll as initiative, and then you can hit everything else. I have more experience with the NPC sheets. Ugh, that's so low. That's okay. Its movement speed, I want to say it's 30, but it might be, yep, it's 30. Okay, so we got Graham, we got Rusty, we got Colties, we got Oshun, Philaster, there's our captain. Are we missing anybody on the initiative? Oh, Bellity. Okay. Yes, he's on top for once. It's it's not bottom Wednesday for him any longer. So, everybody. Rusty, you're running Graham. What would Graham do as they hears these people feet slapping the floor? Mm-hmm. Yeah, his cannon is the temporary HP cannon. So until he takes a rest to change it, it's still the temporary. Correct. The door is still closed. Okay. And then Rusty. Okay. Okay. Wait, yeah, so we have Graham and Rusty holding. Okay, here's what happens. First of all, you hear a door open, and then you hear a scream. They say, "Someone has kicked the door open! Everyone, wake up! Wake up, you fools! To battle!" 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's this guy's turn. Okay, so you guys hear that door open. You hear shuffling. You hear, okay. And, Captain, the door immediately in front of you opens. And I don't want to delete. There we go. And standing in front of you is this guy in robes. Now, in his character art, he is depicted with a red robe and a knife and skulls on him. Those are all accurate. Yeah, skulls. He's got skull knee pads for when he does kick flips. Absolutely. We've all been at church before and had to kneel on ground that didn't have a pad. It's rough. Excuse me for assuming you're kneeling. Anyways, so he steps forward. He's like looking at you. He's like, "Who the fuck are you?" Yes. Boom, boom. Yep. That's a hit, even with a little bit of cover from everyone. And that's also a hit. And we're doing good. He's looking pretty hurt after that. He sees the captain in front of him. And Captain, he's going to try to reach out and touch Faith. You hear the sound of inflict wounds. But he misses. As you slap his hand away. Bad cult fanatic. Okay, give me 1 second here, because that was supposed to auto-roll damage. It did not. We'll just make sure it does so. And then, ordinarily, if this was an open screen, Oshun and Therazar can make opportunity attacks. However, you have walls in the way, so Captain, you can make an opportunity attack as this guy runs. Okay. Doof! A bullet flies against the wall, and the cultists that were like, ugh, we don't want to wake up, are all like, we gotta wake up! And thrown weapons are strength. So if you like throw a like a chair, if you throw a javelin or a hand axe, those are strength. The only opposite of that is finesse weapons. So daggers you can throw with your dexterity. Obviously, bows and arrows you can shoot dex. Yes, on your turn, you can use a free action to give him your bag with the mold in it. But first, Oshun. Okay. This guy has the power of dark devotion. So he has advantage on saving throws against being charmed or frightened. I just wanted to share that. It has nothing to do with this save. But he rolls an 18. He says, I know your tricks. You have 3 eyes. And does Oshun want to use a bonus action here? Okay, then Philaster will say, excuse me, have to run through. And he runs to here, and he sees that Oshun is fighting this guy. He'll move here, and then he uses a cunning action to take the dash action. And thankfully you guys gave him a whip, so he can attack from that far away. Because whips have reach. So he pulls his whip out, and in a very Indiana Jones way, whoosh, he whips the guy right on the face. And the dude is wearing a golden mask, and his whip whoosh, whips the mask right off the guy's face, and you see a line of blood draw against his face. Now let me see here. So it was 15 feet to there. So Philaster still has movement left. So he moves back to here. And Bellity. Excellent. Yes. Okay, you shoot him. He's looking very hurt. There's our. Uh, what is your strength score? So I want to say you could throw it here because it's like not a weapon you would normally throw. So you could throw it 20 feet into the room just based on your strength score. Mm-hmm. You should be able to. Yes. Let me just look through your character vision. Yeah, you can see exactly where you're trying to throw it. Go ahead and roll a straight athletics check to yeet this thing. Okay, you yeet it indeed, and so you just ha, and you chuck this thing of yellow mold into the room. Now the yellow mold releases the cloud in a 10-foot radius. So it's a 10-foot radius is 20-foot diameter. So it's pretty far. So there's my yellow mold, and it's a 10-foot radius. Let me put the old light on there. Okay, so you get a big chunk of them. Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4 of them are going to get hit by this. So 4 of them need to make a DC 15 con save. Otherwise, they're going to get messed up. So these are con saves from the cultists. Oof. Oof. That's not good. And then from the cult fanatics. And this is a D&D design. So 3 failures, 1 success. Okay, so regardless if they make the save or not, they take 2d10 poison. Okay, so they take 8 points of poison damage. So immediately, these 2 guys that were in the bed look incredibly hurt. The guy that you guys were fighting looks incredibly hurt. And this guy, he looks okay, but he didn't like that. Okay. And at the start of their turn, if they failed the saving throw, which almost all of them did, they are poisoned and they take another d10 of poison damage. Yeah, so that's incredibly strong. So the guys with skulls are poisoned. So Therazar, that would have taken your action to yeet that into the room. Do you have any bonus actions you want to use? Okay. Captain. Oh, and I go ahead, Captain. This person you can see, the guy that's in front of you. Okay, that is a hit, and you kill this guy. He's like coughing, and you just yut, and okay. So this guy is dead. I'm just gonna move him over here. Slobber Chops. Meow. Looks hungrily at the swarm of rats, and just keeps moving by, and just hangs out in the corner, taking the dodge action. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now I'm leaving up the spore cloud because looking at the rules, this cloud lasts for a little while. It lasts for a minute until it either takes fire damage or a gust of wind blows it away. Mhm. Graham and then Rusty is up. Yeah, because he has movement 25. Yeah, all he can do is really move in, and then if he wants. Oh, so he could go here, boop, 20, 25, and then, yeah, it would be like almost his whole turn to even get near the room. Yeah, he can just go right there, take dodge, and then Rusty. Yeah, Graham can dash as the action. No problem. And then he could move into that square between Oshun and Captain if you want him to. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, the cultists. They're all like, because there's this cloud here, and the cultists, they're like, boss, we've only got these scimitars. And he says, hold your breath and run through. Boss, is that a good idea? Because just entering that cloud causes you to take 2d10 poison. So, all of these guys just simply take the dodge action, except for the two in the cloud. So let me do everyone outside of the cloud first. And I think Captain may be the only person who sees. There's a bunch of these buggers inside the room. Mm. Well, there's some buggerunos in there. Mm-hmm. Okay, this guy is already like poisoned. That's 15, 20. That's fire damage. He attacks the captain, missing. Then at the end of his turn, he has to make the save. And then he's going to take poison damage if he doesn't. This is con. Okay. Actually, they take poison damage at the start of their turn and then save at the end. So homie dies. So this guy just starts coughing after trying to slash you, and he dead. Second cultist here. He also can't do anything as he dies before he can even run and attack you. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Now, I did that out of order. So the cult fanatic will, first of all, take poison damage at the start of his turn. 4. Then he runs out of the cloud, because it's not a smart idea. He looks at the cloud. He has no way to conduct a fire damage. But what he will do... He uses his bonus action, and he casts Spiritual Weapon. And this is on the captain. I think a 14 will miss, though. And captain, he uses his action to cast Sacred Flame. So make me that dex save. He's hitting you with them cleric tactics. But right so far, it's not working out for him. Okay, that's all for that guy. And I need to make a save for him. His dex save DC is only 11. Yeah, they suck, essentially. Okay, con save, DC 15. He's still poisoned. Or actually, this guy wasn't poisoned. That's why he didn't just die at the start of his turn. Okay. Oshun. Okay. Graham is low. Yep. Guidance is a cantrip. I think you can hold off. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Philaster? He says, "Thank you. I can use it quite well." Okay. Philaster reaches his hands over. He says, "Gimme, gimme, gimme, gimme." And you hand him a... He says, "And how many bolts do you have?" He's like, "Perfect. I love to shoot things." Not Philaster. Okay, Philaster will run 5. And he's going to use his action and bonus action to cunning action into here. And he sees a guy kind of dipping and dodging. And he says, "For you, my friend." Ha ha! And he shoots him. Hand crossbow shot. It will probably be comically low. Oh, 23. For 8 piercing damage. And unfortunately enough, he can't use his sneak attack. And he can only fire 1 crossbow bolt around. So that's it for him. Absolutely. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's a miss. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Unseen servant hands you a clay jug, Therazar, that you know contains like a sticky bomb. Okay, yeah, you can take a shot with your crossbow. That's a hit. So he's standing in the corner, coughing, as he got mold in his lungs, and then a crossbow hits him in the chest. He goes, "Bleh! Ow!" Mm. Pretty good. Okay. Correct. It is a spell effect. It is just a floating weapon. Cap'n. Now, guys, can you see the yellow tinted sphere there? Yeah, that's the bad sphere. I'm gonna make it a worse color. Let's make it this one. Yeah, it's a ethereal weapon. It is you can maintain its same space. It does not provoke opportunity attacks if you move away from it. It is only usable on the character's turn. And Rusty, you don't need to breathe, right? Yeah. So I'm gonna say this doesn't affect Rusty. It's just it doesn't affect him because it affects you by breathing. Hmm. You should have water in your water skin, Captain, if you took the starting equipment. Okay. Yeah, you can do that. I'll give you advantage on your Constitution saving throw. So it's DC 15, and if you succeed, you won't take poison damage. You can go for it. Hey, it's DC 15 at advantage. There you go. You start breathing water through your head, and you shoot him. He only has an armor class of 13, so a 14 beats it. And you cap him. He thinks he was being sneaky by holding a pillow up in front of his face. But you shoot him through the pillow, and his brains explode on the wall behind him. And everyone in the room lets out a shock as you use a gun on him. And they're like, "Not Tom! Tom's dead!" They're like, "We can't do anything right now." And, Captain, do you have any bonus actions you want to take? Okay, the cultists already took their turn dodging. Slobber Chops is going to walk up and start licking Rusty's butt. If you guys have cats, you know that they literally do this. Or at least mine do. Swarm of Rats. All right. Graham, there is a cloud of dusty spores. You know that any type of fire will cause it to disperse. And then he just drops dead, taking like 20. Yeah, you ran into a cloud of poison spores, and that was it. Okay, he's holding. And then Rusty. I will say, we're not going to count your allies as difficult terrain here, so you can get all the way into the middle with your movement. And they all look at you and they're like, "Ah, it's a monster! They have a golem!" Absolutely. Can you ping them one more time? Okay. Okay, let me make 2 dexterity saving throws. You guys hear some fat, sick beats start to play as you guys are whooping these guys' butts. And 2 failures. And they look very badly burned, but still alive by your acid. Okay, the cult fanatic says, "How are you able to be in there? That's crazy." And he's going to... Oh, that's cheating. He says, "That's cheating." And he attacks with a spiritual weapon against the captain. He misses. And that's his bonus action, but he can still use his action because, of course... Uh, Now, here's the fun thing. Spiritual weapon is not concentration. He sees Rusty come in, start throwing acid. Rusty, can you make a wisdom saving throw as he's trying to hold you in place? Okay, he cannot bind you with his magical powers. And he says, damn it! And Oshun. Mm. Does anyone have a torch? Mm-hmm. Because these... It's okay. So Oshun's holding her turn. Okay. Philaster will say, that's alright, I have forgotten several things in my life and will probably forget some more. And he says, I wish you were just a little bit closer to someone else there, Rusty. And he takes a shot with his light crossbow. That is a hit, and the guy sitting next to the cult fanatic gets pluckered and drops to the ground. Bellody. Mm-hmm. Okay. The cloud dissipates. Chandelier on the ceiling. Mm-hmm. 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 I liked it. Okay. Okay, that's a 4. And can you ping who you're shooting? Okay, he did. So he's also hiding behind a pillow, trying to use the pillow defense, and a blast of eldritch force smacks the pillow so hard into his face that he falls over dead. Okay, anything else from Bellady? Okay, there's no longer poisonous spores filling the room. So when you throw it, it either can cover one person or one cube. So it's one 5 foot by 5 foot cube. It will cover with the sticky liquid. It takes an action to throw it up to 20 feet. Okay. That's a hit. He looks at you and you run up and you just slice him across the chest. And he is just barely alive after that slash. Oof. And you bonk him. And he falls to the ground. His head caved in like a watermelon at a Gallagher show. It makes a sickening squelch as you hit him. Captain. The spiritual weapon disappears as the guy who cast it is now dead. And Therzar, that guy also had a gold mask on his head, but you like crumpled it into his face. And sorry there, Captain. It does hit, and it's a kill. Okay, you kill him. As you stab him, you realize that he is quite a squishy, nerdy looking dude as you pull the blade out of his chest. Absolutely. Okay, the cultists all begin screaming like, "Oh my gosh!" So Therazar, the guy standing next to you, moves to here and he opens the door with his item interaction, and then he's going to action disengage. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 as he begins running down the hallway. Help! Help! This guy. He is no longer dodging. It's gonna lick the butt. He looks at you and he says, "Yeah, I may not be able to stop you here, but I'll give him time to get to our friends." And he goes to grapple you, Therazar. He rolls a 9 as his weak noodle arms try to grab you. You can make an athletics or acrobatics check to resist. Yeah, he jumps up to try to grab you, and you just backhand him to the floor, which is awesome. This guy here in the corner says, "We shall not die in vain. Zariel will bring us back." 20, 25, 30. He runs over and he sees that he has a flank, and he's going to try to stab Therazar right in the back. 22 for 2 slashing damage. Oh, Therazar, only 2. I was like, oh. So he runs up, slices you in the back, and he says, "For Zariel, for the Duke." And then Slobberchop's hearing that he has been called. 30, and can you imagine if you were a cultist and you got killed by a flying cat? He deals 1 slashing damage to the cultist. And you hear the cultist go, "Ow!" And if you guys have cats, you know they can deal some damage. He's, "Ah!" And then the swarm of rats. 30 feet. You can, because you're a swarm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oof, that's a hit. And you just barely avoid killing him. And I'm gonna just have him be there. That way I can access the token. Yeah, he's like barely alive right now as he's being attacked by these rats. Okay, swarm of rats went. Graham, you see that you guys have started to take over this room. Okay. This is like quadruple advantage because he's flanked in four positions. Okay, Graham walks up and tasers this guy, and you see a quick, like, lightning flash. We see his skeleton underneath his bones, underneath his skin, and he falls to the ground dead. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So that was Graham's turn. Uh, Rusty. Okay. For a mighty one, let's see what he rolls here. They're pretty dexterous. Hey, vinegar in the eyes doesn't feel nice as he takes 1 point of acid damage. He goes, "Ah, my eyes!" Okay, dead. Oshun. Uh huh. Okay, Philaster looks over at you, Bellady, and he says, "Bellady, I just hit my back against the wall. I think this wall is a false one. I think that there's something behind this wall." And he, like, taps in this area. And then he runs in. And he sees that he has allies surrounding his quarry. And now he can finally, potentially, do a sneak attack. He's like, "I've been waiting for 2 sessions." Let's see what he rolls. He rolled a 10, which does not, it does not hit. And he goes, "Damn!" And then it's your turn. He put it back, basically the wall that's against your back right now, he said feels false. Mm-hmm. Nope, he is blocking the entrance. Okay, that's a hit, and it hits him, but he is still going. He goes, "For Zario, I will stay as long as I can." Oh, I didn't even realize. Oshun ran through an enemy square, so she would have had to stop here because this guy's blocking the door. If that makes sense. I didn't even see that. I was like looking at stuff, missed that completely. Okay, uh, but it may not matter. Therazar, this guy's looking very sickly and beat up right in front of you. Okay, that's a hit, and you crush him. Okay. You stab him in the back. As you stab him, he goes, "Sorry," oh! And he, like, lets out a death bellow. And I'm gonna make a perception check. He he says Zario, like Zario. Oh, who you guys have been hearing about? Uh, no perception check was made this day, as Therazar takes this guy out. We will drop from turn order as you guys have squelched the threat of these dragon cultists. Or, excuse me, devil cultists. Philaster. Oh, when I hit my back on it against this wall here, it sound hollow. I mean, I guess I can. And he'll walk over and he'll open the door up. And as you step inside, I'll tell you guys what you see. This 10-foot high vaulted chamber has a plaster ceiling painted with images of terrifying winged devils. Looking down on the symbol embedded into the room's floor, a circular disc of black stone inscribed with a 9-pointed golden star. 4 wrought iron candlesticks, bristling with unlit, half-melted candles, surround the circle. Okay. Uh, Go ahead. So it sounds like there's some Arcana checks going on. So first things first. Sorry, I thought that was just going to be a little circle. Let me put that on the map. Let me go to map. Move this to back. And move this to back. There we go. So if you can imagine, this green circle is actually kind of what you guys are seeing, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, go ahead and make a Arcana check, and Graham would probably give you the help action here. Okay, first thing that you know with a 15 in Arcana, the winged devils on the ceiling are pit fiends. Number 2, this appears to be a ritual chamber that appears to be made to duplicate the effects of a divination spell, except instead of trying to contact a deity or a celestial to answer your questions, it's to contact a being from the lower planes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. In that other room, a bunch. Black robes and gold dragon masks. Except your action surge and your second wind. No one has been searched. Yes. So, first things first. All of these guys have scimitars on them. So if someone wants a scimitar, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 scimitars. They are normal scimitars. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He has a whip and a light crossbow, but he's going to take a scimitar. So there's 10 scimitars. There's 10 black robes. Oh, robes, not ropes. And then there are 10 golden laid devil masks. They were having a party. I love it. Okay. Let me, if you guys want to, I'm going to take all the bodies and I'm going to move them there, copy paste style. So if you guys want to, I'm just going to take the Belity token over here. Boop. I'm going to take the Therisar token over here. Mm-hmm. That gives extra hit points when you take a short rest. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I'm imagining you guys close the door, you take a short rest, and you guys are able to take a short rest without anything crazy happening. I don't think so. There you go. They're from the like the League of Legends D&D Beyond supplement that came out like 2 months ago. Hmm. Zero. She gets her channel divinity back though, I believe. Yeah, only what's it called? Only warlocks get them all back. Wizards get some of them back by using arcane recovery, and then land druids have natural recovery, but they're the only druid that gets that back. Yep, you can. She gets her channel divinity back. Unfortunately enough, she doesn't get her Asimar ability back. And let's see if she gets her warding flare back. Oh, nope, you don't get any of your warding flares back. Yeah, so you got to use your resources wisely as a cleric. Okay, so you guys take your short rest, and at the end, you get some het die back. Philaster is telling you guys all about his home in Calamsham and about his friends in Candlekeep, if you all will listen. And the hour passes. What does the party do next? Philaster will lead the way and say, "This way." Now, you guys can see as you come out, there is a room right across from where Therazar is standing. You put your ear to the door, and no perception check needed here. But even with a 21, you can tell that this room is unoccupied. You don't hear any shuffling feet or papers, voices, breathing, anything like that. It is. Let me open that door for you.
I thought you were saying that to me.
No, you got to open your own door, Holly.
Oh, that'd be great.
Hold on,
Oh,
Okay, as you open the door, that was me speaking to someone at the gym. Wrought iron candlesticks, topped with flickering candles, light this room. There are a lot of candlesticks in this gym, or excuse me, in this dungeon. If you guys need candlesticks, which is, yeah, there's dumbbells everywhere. You can tell those cultists were getting jacked. The room is heated by a cast iron stove with clawed feet. Across from the crackling stove is a desk with a matching chair. Other furnishings include a small table and chair for dining, a bed, an iron chest resting at the foot of the bed, and two tapestries, one showing spirits rising as Lemure devils from the river Styx, and another depicting a dead man dangling like a marionette from hooked chains. Uh, you can. The unseen servant opens the chest, and inside you see a silver pendant shaped like a right-handed gauntlet on the end of a silver chain. Oh, give me 1 second, guys. So you saw the pendant, silver chain, gauntlet at the end of the chain. Uh, can I get Oshun to make a religion check on it? Because this would perk up her religious sense. DC, with her knowledge, she knows that this is a holy symbol of the god Torm. Yep. And the chest contains nothing else. It is a functional, completely workable holy symbol. If you were, a cleric and you needed a holy symbol, you could use it. Uh, it's worth 25 gold if you wanted to sell it, but there's nothing else of value within the chest. Yes, I'm imagining that you guys are moving through Devil Face on top. You've got the black robes over. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so you would be like a female human height, right? So it's not too bad. Or the tallest male dwarf to ever exist. Now, as you guys approach, you see a few things. Number one, there appear to be two doorways here that are wooden. But Therazar, you can see here double doors. The double doors are made of metal. Uh, just to make sure I've got this right. Does anyone in the party speak Infernal? She can understand the runes translate to that which falls can rise again. Yep. Which door? Okay. As you open the door, you see a kitchen. Yep, there's a pair of cast iron stoves with piles of wood. You see that there's a wooden trestle table where food is prepared, as well as a shelf lined with plates, mugs, pots, and utensils, and a jar of food ingredients and spices. And Slobber Chops goes, meow. Now, as Oshun is standing in front of the door, I will point out she can hear half a dozen humanoid voices chanting an infernal. And as she's listening, she understands the language. It is 6 voices giving praise to the archdevil Zariel for her efforts to win the Blood War. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you tug on it and you can tell if you want, you will open it up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, yes. Let me now before everyone moves in, let me set the scene for you guys. I like the 2 rows of tall wrought iron candlesticks light this vaulted chamber. Like I said, candlesticks on candlesticks, each one bearing 9 flickering candles. A 7-foot tall statue of an angel with white glowing eyes and a glowing mace stands atop a dais to the south. A 6-foot tall fiend, bristling with spine, stands west of the statue, glaring at 6 black robed cultists who kneel and chant in the middle of the room, their faces hidden behind golden devil masks. 9 tapestries depicting the layers of the hells adorn the walls. This is the creature you see in the middle of the room. That's a better handout there. So you can see his. What were you going to ask? Mm-hmm. So as you walk in, the voice calls out in Infernal, "Join us, brothers. Give thanks to Zariel." Okay. Oh yeah. The devil looks to you all and he says, "Join us. Stand beyond besides the candelabras. It pleases Odious." Mm-hmm. Meow. Slobberchops goes wherever she wants. Correct. So, Odious, looking at everyone, says, "You must have been from the other room. We haven't seen the others in, what is it? About an hour." Do you speak Infernal, Bellady? You can say it in common. Mm-hmm. That's quite all right. You mortals aren't like me, a creature of infinite wisdom and infinite stamina. These mortals here were helping me. We want to bring another of my kind here. It is a hard language to learn. There must be quite idiotic to not have learned it already. You can see that he's quite full of himself. He's disguised. Hmm. He doesn't seem to be afraid. Now, as you approach, you see this statue in better detail, and Oshun can see that this is a statue of an angel that is well known in her faith. This is the angel Zariel. And as mentioned, it has a glowing mace in its hand, and its eyes are glowing. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they have their eyes closed. It's even though it's lit by candles in here, it's kind of dark. They've got incense going. You guys see the blacklight. What's it called? Blacklight tapestries of the nine hells are all around here. Okay, it explodes, and these cultists all need to make a save. This is con. So 3 failures. So 3 of them are not poisoned. Uh, or excuse me, 2 of them are not poisoned. 3 of them are. But really, what's important is this 2d10 poison damage that they take upon it exploding. So they all take 4 points of poison damage. I did not think you guys were going to do this. You see the devil, he goes, "What is this? This treachery?" Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And he goes, "Death is only the beginning for you." So that's one, save, save, fail. I like how you just AoE these guys. Fail. And fail. Okay. I'm gonna need everyone to roll initiative as yep, go ahead and roll. Uh what's the components of grease? Is it material, somatic? Yes, so it's material, somatic, and component, or excuse me, material, somatic, verbal. I love, I love that it's literally you're just like throwing butter on the floor. I love that. But maybe you could do it now. But the first to act this round is Oshun. Oh yeah, go ahead and roll in real quick. And yeah, we have Oshun, we have Captain. Oh, and I need to roll for Philaster. I will not roll for Slobber Chops. He's like, you guys got to handle this one on your own because that's a big scary boy. Whoop. Okay, now we should be good to go. So yeah, Oshun. Oh guys, I just got messaged on Twitch that people can hear me, but they can't hear you guys. Give me one. Which hope. So let me do one thing first. See if this helps. I'm gonna disconnect. First thing I was gonna do is reconnect and disconnect. Can everybody? Yeah, go ahead and do that real quick, everybody. Oh, I'm not sure. You're on the Twitch? Hmm. Weird. I have not had that problem before. That is something. Hold on. Let's do. That means when I put this VOD back up, that it's gonna be just me talking. That's so weird. I haven't had that happen yet. I might have to do this. I'm going to add a source, screen capture. Let's do... Let's use our